Hello, basketball fans. Good afternoon and Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us for the first edition of Henley High School basketball in the year 2026. My name is Josh Eldridge. We're coming to you live from Sisters High School, just a couple of hours up Highway 97, just west of Bend for the 2026 Sisters Shootout. 3 games in 3 days for the Henley Hornets. They enter with a 4-4 record, taking on the Cascade Christian Challengers. So happy to be with you today. Hope you've been having a good holiday and appreciate you spending the rest of your afternoon or evening with me here on mybasin.com. It's been a few days off for Henley, about a week since their last game. It was a week ago Tuesday, their last game, a home game against the Wairika Miners that they wound up winning 64-46. That was a good showing for Henley. They were able to quell some troubled waters in the third quarter, outdid a 26-point performance by a senior on the visiting team, the Miners, to wind up with the win. Henley was led in scoring that day by Micah Ibarra with 15 points. Corbin Hamilton had 13. Carson Sims had 12. They're going to need big contributions from each of those guys today if they want to grab a win against one of 3A's best, the defending football state champions, the Cascade Christian Challengers. They are, again, 6-2 right now, coming off a win their last time out, and, of course, consolation champions last year as well in the 3A bracket. Their last game, though, this season, a 67-25 win against Phoenix. Going back even further, back on Friday, the 19th, it was a win against fellow Klamath Falls school, the Pelicans, Klamath Union. That's when the Challengers defeated the Pels 62-48 back on Friday. So a couple of back-to-back convincing wins for the Challengers. Now they run into Henley here on day one of the Sisters Shootout. We're going to step aside, take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about each of these two teams, the seasons they've had, the history between the Hornets and the Challengers, and then we're ready for tip-off in a brand new year. That's all coming up next on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Josh Eldridge back with you from Sisters High School. Welcome in a new year with the 2026 Sisters Shootout. The Hornets getting ready to take on the Cascade Christian Challengers, who themselves enter 5-2. No surprise here, even just watching them in warm-up. Cascade Christian, one of the most athletic teams I've seen here quite some time. A younger team as well, only 2 seniors on their squad, 1 junior, 1 freshman. Everybody else are sophomores on this Cascade Christian team and extremely, extremely athletic. And you don't have to look very much further than what this group did during the football season only a few short months ago. Cascade Christian, unbeaten 3A champions. They went 13-0. They won the championship game against Burns, 35-28 was their closest game all year. As a matter of fact, Cascade Christian beat Henley early in the football season, 43-16. They really got the better of Henley in that matchup. But I mean, just athletic. And you look at some of this list of players, and we'll talk about it as the game goes on as well, but some all-state football athletes. We're talking about Mikey Covey, a sophomore, first-team all-state linebacker. You've got Derek Farmer, who is a first-team all-state defensive back and second-team all-state quarterback. He's in the starting lineup today for Cascade Christian. There's a couple others as well. Wyatt Hurley, not in the starting lineup today for the Challengers, but an offensive lineman who was second-team All-State as well. And so this squad has got some athletes on them as well. I mean, not to say that Henley doesn't for their part, right? Of course, you look at guys like Jeremiah Brunick, who was a first-team selection in the 4A classification. And, a lot of good athletes. Pardon me, Jeremiah was second-team All-State. And so athletes across the board. Cascade Christian, a little bit of a height advantage, too. It's going to take a lot for the Hornets to come through and gut out a win today. Not only an athletic team in the Challengers, but an experienced, very experienced coaching staff, if not the most experienced staff in the entire state right now, head coached by Brian Morse, who, as we're speaking right now, is in his 38th season with the Cascade Christian Challengers, a career record of 708 and 271. That's coming into the season today. He took over the head coaching job in 1989, has never left. He has won 5 state championships, including 3 straight for the Challengers in 22, 23, and 24, also 2007 and 2009 as well for these Challengers. So a lot of experience there on the sideline. Henley's going to have their work cut out for them today, but they feel good. Got here last night, had a quick practice, have been here all evening, and they're ready for basketball. We're going to step aside here on our pregame show one final time. When we come back, it'll be ready for Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games, all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Josh Eldridge, glad to be back with you for another edition of Henley Hornets basketball. In the first game of 2026, the Hornets' opponents is the Cascade Christian Challengers. Henley on the road today. They're wearing their road yellow uniforms with Henley written across their chest in white and white piping down their yellow shorts. For the Challengers today, they're in their home white uniforms with black piping down the side, purple numbers across their front and back, and purple Challengers written across their front. Derek Farmer controls the opening tip for the challengers. They go from right to left. Pass comes in the near corner to Klecker. Feeds Alvarez on the block. Then down underneath to Jake Holden. His turnaround jumper from the left side won't go. Hornets pull down the miss, and here they come the other way. Rafa Pena on the floor with Jeremiah Brunick, Corbin Hamilton, Reese Schmierbach, and Brody Fullerton. A three taken and missed by the Hornets, and now the challengers the other way. A race into the front court, and a charge taken by Rafa Pena, the freshman already making an impact in this game, new to the starting lineup tonight, and already drawing a charge here only 24 seconds into the ball game. 5 on the floor for the Cascade Christian Challengers, a junior standing 6'1", Hudson Gottsman, a senior standing 6'2", Brady Klecker, a sophomore standing 6'6", Andy Alvarez, a senior standing 6'2", Derek Farmer, and a sophomore 6'3", Jake Holden. Here's Brody Fullerton on the right wing for the Hornets. Gives it up to Hamilton, top of the key. Now Schmierbach, left side. Schmierbach feeds Brunick underneath. Head fakes, gets his defender to jump. Kicks it to Hamilton in the corner, but before he got the pass off, Brunick traveled. And so a turnover is going to give the challengers the basketball. 7:21 to go in the first quarter, and we're still scoreless. Let's see, was it a travel or was it a foul call? I thought it was a travel, but we got one foul up here in the gym, so we'll have to straighten that out here in a little while. But here's Farmer walking up the floor for the challengers, driving in against Hamilton, kicks it in the corner. Ball goes top of the key now to Gottsman. A fall-away jumper at the free throw line. He gets fouled, so Hudson Gottsman going to be shooting a couple of free throws here for the challengers. Want to remind you, tonight's game on mybasin.com is brought to you by Gino's 40th anniversary. They're open up on East Main Street every morning at 6:30, serving up their famous breakfast burritos. Those are served all day long, along with other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. You can order online at iloveginos.com, or you can have it brought to you by DoorDash. First free throw off the mark for Gottsman. He's got a second. Also, Corbin Hamilton has checked out. Kai Taylor into the game for the first time for the Hornets today. Gottsman hits his second free throw, so there's our first points of the game. It's 1-0 Challengers with 7:05 to go in the first. Here's Reese Schmierbach into the front court, gives it up to Pena ahead of the key. Tries to take a Taylor screen, but he gets trapped. Gets rid of it to Schmierbach. Schmierbach driving into the free throw line, outside to Brunick, driving the left side, stops there, tries to feed Pena, but it's turned over. Challengers racing ahead. Nice pass down low to Klecker, but he misses the layup. The rebound battled for and won by Reese Schmierbach. Kai Taylor getting a hand on that one as well. Here's Pena racing into the front court, loses Farmer, driving inside, tries to feed Brunick underneath. Pardon me, that's Fullerton. Fullerton comes up with the pass, goes up strong and gets fouled, plus the bucket. Brody Fullerton, a freshman making an impact as well. It's his first time in the starting lineup today for Henley as well. He's given the team the lead, 2-1, 6.5 to go in the first, and one more free throw coming up for Brody. Checking into the game for Cascade Christian is Walker. He'll come in and replace Andy Alvarez. Also going to see Hamilton return to the game in favor of Jeremiah Brunick. Still pending a free throw here from Fullerton. He's at the line. Fullerton's free throw is up, uses the glass to bank it in. A three-point play there for Brody gives Henley a 3-1 lead. 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Here's Walker bringing it up, guarded by Pena between the circles. Pass comes near side to Farmer, then into the corner to Gottsman. Gottsman puts it on the deck against Schmierbach and now finds Klecker top of the key. Klecker trying to feed Holden underneath, but the ball's turned over. Pena lofts it ahead to Kai Taylor. Open layup high off the glass. Taylor scores. Kai Taylor with his first 2 points gives Henley a 5-1 advantage. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. There's Derek Farmer, second-team All-State quarterback on the far side. Gets the pass to Gottsman. Right-handed floater from the free throw line is off the mark. Taylor cleans up the miss. Here's Schmierbach ahead for Henley. Racing the far side, or the near side rather. Schmierbach underhand pass to Pena. Spins around. Tries to beat his defender. Steps back for a triple. Pena can't hit. Taylor battles for the glass. Outside to Schmierbach. Catch and shoot three. Rims out. Rebound picked up by Holden and a whistle. I think we've got timeout called by Coach Morse. We'll take it with them. 5-1, the Hornets lead. 5.5 to go in the first quarter. This is the Sisters Shootout on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Coming back from a timeout called by the Challengers, our score 5-1. The Hornets lead Cascade Christian. 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Only point for the Challengers so far was a made free throw by Hudson Gottsman. It was actually the first points of the game. Since then, Brody Fullerton has 3, Kai Taylor has a pair, and so Henley up 5-1 against a 3A powerhouse. Cascade Christian Challengers, like I said, state champions in 22, 23, and 24. They won the consolation side of the bracket last year, so one of only a couple of teams in the state who gets to say they ended the season on a win. And now, trailing by 4 a few minutes into the first quarter against the Henley Hornets. Challengers start with the basketball. Away from the basket, they go from right to left. Walker, bothered up the floor by Rafa Pena, finally brings it into the front court, bounces the pass on the right elbow to Holden. Pass goes outside, turned over, it goes out of bounds. It was last touched by Holden. And so the Hornets will get it back. Good defense, making things tough for the Challengers. You're talking about a really athletic team there in the white jerseys. And if you can just make it hard for them, don't give them any space, that takes away some of that athleticism. You're never going to get rid of all of it, but best you can. Schmerbach bounces it underneath to Fullerton, tries to go up strong, loses it on his way up, and then there's a foul. I think it was against Brody, and that would be his first. So 2 team fouls now for Henley. Still unsure on who that first one was on, but I believe this one here was on Fullerton. Not getting any indication from the scoreboard here tonight, so just do our best to pay attention to the ref signals as Derek Farmer gets ready to inbound. Going to welcome to the game Thunder Kirk, who has checked in for Brody Fullerton after that first foul. And we've got now a foul in the open floor. Pena with a blocking foul, and he is going to sub out. It looks like Carson Sims getting ready to check into the game. And so here is Sims. To the bench goes Pena after that foul. And pardon me, that was actually Henley's third team foul there, and Pena's first, I believe. Inbound pass goes to Walker. Into the backcourt. Now he crosses the timeline for the Challengers. Picked up head of the key by Sims. Walker drives to the elbow. Kicks it outside to Gottsman. Head of the key. Now Farmer. Knifes the dribble between his legs. Drives to the free throw line. Goes outside to Holden on the near side. Holden drives in. Finds Darland in the corner. The shot off the mark. And Hamilton pulls down the board. Pass goes ahead to Schmerbach. Hornets with a 4-point lead. Here's Hamilton head of the key. Right-handed dribble. Hamilton gets the pass over to Sims. And a hold. Oh, no, we're going to call a foul against Schmerbach off the ball. And so Reese picks up a foul there. That's the 4th for Henley. They're now 1 away from going into the bonus, or putting the Challengers into the bonus, I should say, with 4:37 to go in the first quarter. Here's Hutton Walker, the freshman, 5'8", walking the ball up the floor here for the Challengers. Races past the 3-point line, kicks it outside to Farmer. Jab step left, drives right, goes with a right-handed floater, gets denied at the cup. A scramble for the board at the baseline is going to be won by Henley. Schmerbach brings up the loose ball. He's racing ahead for the Hornets. 3-on-3 in the fast break. Hamilton, great feed to Taylor underneath. A great cut and a good score and a whistle. And did we have a foul in the open floor going the other way? We had a whistle. Oh, I think the ball rolled down the floor after the bucket, and so they had to reset play. So Kai Taylor with 2 more points there. He's got 4 on the evening. Micah Ibarra checking in for Reese. And so the 5 on the floor for Henley. It's Micah, Carson, Thunder, Kai, and Corbin. Walker splits the defense, tries to go up, denied again by Taylor. Great interior defense. Here's Ibarra bringing the ball up the floor. Has along the far side, kicks it to Kirk in the corner for a 3. No good. The rebound is collected by Darland. Darland racing ahead. He gives it up to Holden, drives inside, a quick under-scoop layup. Nice shot there by Jake Holden, the sophomore. Gets his team a made field goal for the first time tonight with 3.5 to go in the first. They trail by 4. Ibarra drives in, gets to the left elbow, finds Sims, gives it back to Ibarra. Skip pass underneath to Hamilton, and it's poked free by Darland. Hamilton, though, was the last to touch it, and so the Challengers get the basketball back. A couple of subs in here for Henley. To the bench goes Carson Sims and Corbin Hamilton. Kai Montag and Jeremiah Brunick back out there on the floor. Also for the Challengers, looks like Brady Klecker back in, 6'2" senior. He will replace Hudson Gottsman. So here is Walker along the near side in front of the scorer's table, guarded by Ibarra. Right-handed dribble here for Walker. Taylor is going to nearly have the ball turned over. Pass goes underneath to Darland, a good find. It was a broken play for a moment that the Challengers recover on and find Darland skating to the cup for two. 7-5 the score, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ibarra trapped at half court, gets rid of it to Kirk. Kirk skips the pass to Brunick on the right block. Brunick loses it on the drive. It was poked free by Klecker. Here come the Challengers, led by Derek Farmer. Farmer dribbles around the defenders, lays it up and in off the glass, and there you go. These guys get space. They take advantage. 7-7. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. That was Farmer's first points. Here's Ibarra. Bouncing it underneath to Taylor. Too much on the pass. Went out of bounds, and the Challengers take it. Brody Fullerton checking into the game for Henley. To the bench goes Kai Taylor. Challengers inbound. Darland. And Coach Morse communicating with the officials there. Not sure quite what he saw on that play, but we'll see if it comes of anything. Again, his team just one away from getting into the bonus. Henley playing with 4 fouls. Pass goes to the right block to Andy Alvarez. Tries to get the pass underneath to Darland. Goes outside to Walker, who is fouled on the drive. But because that's the 5th foul, Darland will be shooting a couple of free throws for his effort. The sophomore, 5'10", heading to the line for Cascade Christian, trying to break our 7-7 tie with 2:24 to go in the opening frame. Tonight's broadcast on MyBasin.com, brought to you in part by Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. They use a modern and research-backed approach to physical therapy to ensure you see both a reduction in pain and enhanced mobility, getting you back to peak levels of optimal health and wellness. Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance has been treating athletes of all ages since 2020. Darland made his first free throw. Pardon me, it's not Darland at the line. It's actually Hutton Walker made his first, and he's got a second on the way. Makes them both. First 2 points for him, and the Challengers lead 9-7. 2:23 to go in the first quarter. Here's Micah Ibarra bringing it up the floor. Ibarra dribbling past Walker, gets to the right elbow, tries to pass underneath to Brunick, but it's poked free into the hands of the Challengers. Klecker races up the floor, lays it off the glass, can't get it. Gets his own miss from the right block, kicks it outside to Holden, now head of the key to Darland. Darland back to Holden, guarded there by Ibarra on the right block. Tries to feed it to Alvarez at the free throw line. Now on the near wing to Walker. Walker driving baseline, right-handed layup, kicks off the iron, no good. Fullerton cleans up the miss. Now it's into the hands of Ibarra there far side. Micah fields a trap, gets rid of it to Thunder Kirk there on the left wing. Kirk finds Brunick head of the key, now Ibarra right side. Ibarra jab step right. Picked up by Holden, gets rid of it to Fullerton, tries to pass underneath to Brunick. A loose ball goes out of bounds. It will be, I believe, Henley ball as Brunick and Montag check out. Hamilton and Ibarra are out. And it's going to be Henley ball. Schmierbach to inbound in the baseline. Reese looking for somebody, looks for Fullerton on the block, an acrobatic try, but no good there for Fullerton. And it was Alvarez who cleaned up the miss. Now it's Gottsman, kicks it to Klecker in the corner. Klecker feeds Alvarez on the left block, turnaround Jay, too strong. Rebound is picked up by Alvarez, around 3 Hornets, a foul. As it's a non-shooting foul, but it is going to give Andy Alvarez, a 6'6" sophomore, some free throws. Saw Alvarez in the layup lines before the games. He was one of about 3 players who got up there for a dunk during the layup lines. Very athletic player as he's at the line for a pair in a 9-7 ball game. The first free throw no good. Derek Farmer checking back into the game for the Challengers. To the bench goes Noah Darland. So the 5 on the floor for Cascade Christian. It's Andy Alvarez at the line, Brady Klecker. You also got Jake Holden, Derek Farmer, and trying to make out who this last one is here by the line. I believe it's Hudson Gottsman. Second free throw, by the way, no good. So an 0 for trip there by Alvarez. Kirk has it now on the near side. Gives it up to Hamilton, right wing. Now Montag on the far wing. Quick pass to Kirk. Fadeaway jumper at the free throw line is good. That was a tough shot there for Thunder Kirk and a nice finish. Challengers quickly the other way, though. Here is Klecker. Klecker on the left wing tries to bounce it underneath to Holden. Taken away by Schmierbach. Tied at under a minute to go in the first quarter. Schmierbach head of the key. Skips the pass to Montag. Montag, right-handed floater, no good. Taylor battles for the glass. His putback off the mark. And this time Alvarez wins the battle for the board. Here come the challengers. It is Brady Klecker. Guarded by Montag on his way up the floor. Bounces it ahead to Holden. Skips the pass underneath to Alvarez. A good find, but Alvarez can't score in close. Gets his own miss and puts that back and up and in for two. And so it's 11-9. Shot clock is off. 22 seconds to go in the period, and a foul is going to be called against Hudson Gottsman. That's the third for the challengers, as Reese was fouled trying to bring the ball up the floor. We'll also see Gavin Hayes, a sophomore, 6'2", check into the game as Andy Alvarez goes to the bench. 21 seconds to go in the period. Henley trails by 2, and they've got the last possession if they want it. Schmierbach inbounds to Hamilton, spins past his defender. Hamilton, great feed to Taylor, close in for 2. A great pass and a better score there for Taylor. Ties the game at 11. 10 seconds to go in the period. Here's Gottsman. Gottsman driving left, goes to the cup. His shot blocked again by Taylor. Ball stays in bounds with 3. Montag now with 1. With 2 at the first quarter buzzer, it won't go. But Henley playing an aggressive brand of defensive basketball here in the first quarter. They find themselves tied with the Cascade Christian Challengers at 11 after 1. We'll be back with more Henley Hoops after this on 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Getting started for the second quarter of action tonight from the Sisters Shootout in Sisters, Oregon. 11-11 our score. The Hornets tied up with the Cascade Christian Challengers. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Henley Basketball tonight. 5 on the floor for Henley to start the second half. Rafa Pena, Reese Schmierbach, Corbin Hamilton, and Brody Fullerton, along with Jeremiah Brunick. For the Challengers, it is Hudson Gottsman, Brady Klecker, along with Jake Holden. They've also got Derek Farmer out there with Gavin Hayes. Hornets start with the basketball. Schmierbach passes to Pena on the left side, guarded there by Gottsman. Pena drives inside. Great feed to Schmierbach off the glass for 2. Henley's passing has been beautiful here in the first quarter and next 18 seconds as well. They lead 13-11, 7:38 to go in the second quarter. Pass goes underneath to Holden, poked free by Fullerton. Into the hands of Hamilton. Hornets coming the other way. Hamilton has it head of the key. Takes a screen going right. Gets rid of it to Pena. Pena takes a screen going left. Trapped here on the near side. Gets rid of it to Hamilton. Hamilton tries to go right baseline. Kicks it back to Pena here on the near wing. Pena is going to take a Fullerton screen left. Loses the dribble. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Pena. And so it'll be Challengers basketball. It'll be Derek Farmer to inbound. And he gets it to Gottsman. Gottsman guarded by Pena, the junior, guarded by the freshman. Gottsman blows by him, passes it in the near corner to Klecker. Catch and shoot 3 is good. Challengers take the lead, 14-13, 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's Pena bringing it up the floor for Henley. Pena here on the near side. Left-handed dribble, spins around, tries to find Brunick, but the pass taken away by Derek Farmer. Here comes Farmer in transition. He scores as well on a right-handed floater. Derek Farmer has got his 4th point of the night. His team now leads by 3. 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Schmierbach head of the key. Gets by his defender. Nice feed underneath to Fullerton. Strong take. Reverse layup by Brody's too strong. Rebound pulled down by Gottsman. Rifles the pass ahead to Holden. Holden gets around Hamilton. Tries to use the glass to score. Misses the first. Gets his own rebound. The putback is good for 2 and 1. An opportunity at another for Jake Holden, a sophomore, 6'3". After that offensive board. That's what you get. Hard work pays off underneath, and that time it did for the Challengers. There's a couple of subs come in for Cascade Christian. Andy Alvarez into the game, and to the bench goes Andy Hayes. I believe we also saw Gottsman check out in favor of Walker. Free throw is good. The score is 19-13 after that make by Holden. 6:22 to go in the second quarter. Schmierbach has it along the far side of the floor. Has a soft double team there on the left wing. Now they're trapping him at half court. Timeout is called by Henley. 24 seconds will be on the shot clock when we come back. 6:13 on the game clock. Henley trails by 6. Back with more after this on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
(19-13) the score. Henley trails Cascade Christian. 6:13 to go in the second quarter, and the Hornets will have the basketball coming out of the break. It was their timeout. We'll see what Coach Brian Stock, now in his second season with the boys basketball team, draws up out of this timeout. They inbound into the backcourt to Rafa Pena. Again, it was a soft press and kind of a half-court trap by Cascade Christian last defensive possession. Not showing it this time. Here's Hamilton, top of the key, nearly traveled. Might have gotten away with one. Pena takes the ball on the left side, dribbles behind his back, drives the left lane, picks up the dribble, goes for a mid-range shot, but leaves it short. The rebound picked up by Klecker. Klecker throws the ball ahead to Walker. On the left extended arc, back to Farmer, still left side. Farmer, second-team All-State quarterback, one of the great athletes on the Challengers football team, which were the state champs this year. Gets a pass to Alvarez in the near corner. Pass finds its way to Walker, nearly poked free by Schmierbach. Walker recollects, drives in. His layup is no good, and a foul is going to be called against Cascade Christian, it looks like. Did they call gold for? So that would be Corbin Hamilton's foul, and the first for the Hornets this second period. And Walker to inbound for the Challengers. Full shot clock reset. Inbound pass goes to Holden. Finds Walker just beyond the free throw line. Slicks the pass down underneath to Alvarez. His layup is no good in close, and Fullerton pulls down the rebound. Here's Schmierbach pushing the pace for Henley. Pass comes near side to Hamilton, then back to Reese left side. Reese kicking it to Ibarra. He'll try a deep three. No good. The rebound picked up by Derek Farmer. And here come the Challengers. Farmer rifles the pass ahead, but it's poked free by the Hornets. Schmierbach picks up the loose ball. Reese to Hamilton in the left corner for 3. No good. Another rebound skied for by Derek Farmer. Throws another pass ahead to Holden. Only has Kirk to beat, and he can't do it. An open layup missed there by Holden. Now here's Ibarra coming back the other way. Schmierbach, top of the key, feeds Hamilton left side. A long 2 is good. Going to give Hamilton the long 2 on that one. His foot was on the line. The score is 19-15, 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Challengers now into the front court led by Derek Farmer, but we're going to have a timeout first. 4.5 to go in the second quarter, and 4 points separate the Hornets from the Challengers. Back with more on mybasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Welcome back to 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. Our continuing coverage of Henley Hornets basketball brings us to the Sisters shootout to ring in the new year. Henley trailing by 4 with a few minutes left to go here in the second quarter. 4.5 to be exact. A score of 19-15. First of 3 games this weekend for Henley, at least the boys basketball team. Tomorrow they'll be back in action at 7 o'clock against Santiam Christian High School. That'll be right here in the high school gym. We'll also have girls basketball coverage tomorrow at 3:30, and then it all ends Saturday. Henley boys play at 1:30 against Taft, and the Henley girls play at 3:15 against Crook County. That's the schedule coming up for this weekend. We'll talk about it more during the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. As we get back into the game, the challengers start with the basketball. Inbound pass goes to Walker. Tries to go to work against Schmierbach. Schmierbach pokes it free. The ball goes out of bounds, though. Last touched by Reese, and so Hamilton will check in. Thunder Kirk to the bench. 5 on the floor for Henley. It's Sims, Ibarra, Taylor, Hamilton, and Schmierbach. For the challengers, it's going to be Mikey Covey along with Brady Klecker out there with Noah Darland. I believe that's Hutton Walker and Andy Alvarez. And so those are the 5 on the floor for both teams. Our officials discussing things right here in front of the scorers table. Try to find out what's going on here. All right, I think we're ready to go. Waiting for everyone to get into position. Okay, resetting the shot clock is what it was. 17 seconds on the shot clock, and so here we go. And counting. The challengers inbound the ball into the backcourt. It's Hutton Walker, guarded by Schmierbach. Tries to trap him with Taylor. Pass gets off into the corner to Covey. Back straight away to Walker. He tries a triple. That's good. Hutton Walker now with 5 points tonight, and his team leads by 7. 22-15. Hornets have it now. Schmierbach on the left side. Lofts the pass near side to Hamilton. Then back to Reese. Fake the pass left. Drives right. Gets a defender to jump and then gives it back up to Hamilton straight away. Corbin passes it to Sims. A near corner 3 for Carson is no good. Oh, it tipped around the rim and dropped. What a hop there off the rim for Sims. Shooter's touch there for Carson. His first 3 points of the night. Brings it back to a 4-point disadvantage for Henley. 22-18, 3:30 to go in the second quarter. Here's Hutton Walker now with 5 points. Gives the pass up to Klecker, top of the key. Feeds it in the corner to Covey. Covey back over to Darland, head of the key. Guarded there by Sims. Darland going to work. Pass it off to Walker. Walker drives the right lane. Again, bothered by Taylor close to the cup. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's last touched by Taylor. Man, he is playing some really aggressive defense inside. Good to see him back getting some quality minutes on the varsity team. I've gone to a couple of the home games lately, and he's been playing on the JV squad, which is great work for him. Only a sophomore. Got to get as many reps as you can in for him. But seeing his dedication on the glass and on the blocks here this game has been great. Inbound pass goes to Brady Klecker. Head fakes a triple, then takes a step inside the arc and drains the mid-range jumper. 24-18, 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Klecker now with 5 points. Here are the Hornets the other way. Schmierbach is going to do a kick. He's going to throw it off the foot of Klecker, inducing a kickball violation. Trying to find a way to describe that. Was kind of an intentional way of resetting things for Henley. I think they were moving a bit too fast, and so now they're going to slow down. Ibarra will inbound on the far sideline. Gets it into Hamilton, head of the key. Hamilton puts it on the deck. Waist-high right-hand dribble. Now to the hands of Schmierbach. Schmierbach driving around the horn. Gets it to Ibarra. Pass goes underneath to Hamilton on the left block. Tries to find Taylor cutting to the rim, but the pass poked away by the challengers, and here they come. Led by Gottsman. Pass finds its way to Darland here in the near corner. Darland lofts it across the court to Gottsman. Nearly couldn't bring in that pass. Gottsman guarded by Ibarra. Pass comes near side to Klecker. Klecker with 19 to shoot, driving in against Sims. Outside to Darland. Darland to the free throw line. Now to Gottsman. Gottsman trapped. Now Darland. Darland with 11 to shoot. Pass comes near side to Gottsman. He tries a 3 and hits. Gottsman, 4 points now, and a 27-18 ball game. The challengers have now hit back-to-back three-pointers. Ibarra driving in, tries to get it to Schmierbach in the corner, but it's poked free. Darland picks up the loose ball, Challengers into the front court. Pass comes to Walker, tries a mid-range jumper that rolls off the rim. Challengers get their own miss. It's Darland who is fouled on the floor. That'll be the third Henley team foul. We'll see who they charge it to. Charge it to Sims. And so a couple of players coming in here for Henley. Pena, Kirk, and Fullerton will replace Taylor, Sims, and one other. Who do we got? I think Ibarra came off as well. Inbound pass is an errant one, poked free, but picked up by Derek Farmer, well beyond the arc, left side. Full shot clock in front of Farmer, knifes the dribble between his legs, kicks it on the near side to Holden. Holden then gives it up to Gottsman, now back to Farmer, right side, trying to back down Hamilton. He's going to get tied up with Kirk. They're going to call Kirk for a foul. Oh, man. Kirk had his arms up. A player taller than him just got tied up in his arms. It's kind of impossible to avoid a foul there. The offensive player did a good job of searching for the contact and found it. Inbound pass comes to Andy Alvarez here in the near corner. Gives it up to Farmer left side. Farmer had trouble with the pass for a moment. He might have just jammed his finger, favoring that left side a little bit. Gets the pass off to Gottsman. Now head of the key to Walker. Walker head fakes a three. Drives inside. Again, Gottsman in the corner for three. Back iron, no. Rebound picked up by Fullerton. Ahead to Pena. Hornets 2-on-2 in transition. Pena is hacked hard on his way in. He gets fouled. He'll shoot a couple. And we've got, I think, maybe a player down here on the near side. Not entirely sure. I can't quite see. We'll take a break here on mybasin.com. 27-18. A minute 21 to go in the first half. We'll be back here in just a moment on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Josh Eldridge back with you on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com. The hurt player was helped off the floor a moment ago, and so it looks like we're back ready for basketball. Pena is going to be shooting a couple at the free throw line here. He was fouled in the open floor on a shot, on a breakaway attempt. So now a couple of free throws to try to bring Henley a little bit closer, and he does there. 27-19 the score now. And for Pena, that's his first points of the game so far. Pena's second free throw is good as well. And so a perfect trip to the line. Sims comes back in. He'll replace him. Schmierbach also into the game, along with Montag, Hamilton, and Kai Taylor. Here's Hutton Walker bringing the ball up the floor for the Challengers. Walker guarded beyond the arc by Schmierbach. Feeds Holden near side. Now Farmer in the corner. Farmer fires a pass across the court to Walker. Drives inside. Now to Darland. Straight away for three. It's wide right. Kai Taylor pulls away the rebound, feeds Hamilton. He'll cross the timeline for Henley. Hamilton brings it along the right side. Now to Taylor, head of the key. Finds Sims. Sims brings it around between the circles. Tries to get a pass down underneath to Hamilton. On the left block, Hamilton is fouled on the floor. And I believe it will be Henley's basketball. Schmierbach to inbound at the baseline underneath the cup. Reese looking to loft it high. Instead, finds Hamilton close to the baseline. Outside to Sims, right extended arc. Sims denies a screen left, drives right, loses the dribble on his way in, but it's picked up by Taylor. Gives it to Montag. Now back to Sims, head of the key. Sims tries a triple, no good. The rebound is picked up by Taylor. Taylor's going to bring it out of bounds. Show an effort there, a smile. Just couldn't stop his body from going out of bounds there, but good effort by Kai Taylor. Gives the Challengers back the basketball. 31 seconds to go in the first half. In a 7-point game, Challengers lead Henley. First day of the Sisters shootout, first day of 2026. Here's Derek Farmer walking the ball up the floor. Shot clock is off for the Cascade Christian Challengers. Farmer continuing to dribble, taking his time now with 13. Clock continues to drain. Just going between his legs, dribbling up to the line now with 10. Takes a screen right with 8. Picks up the dribble, kicks it in the near corner. Pass goes around to Holden now with 4. Holden at the free throw line. A floater is good, and that will end the first half today. A 2-point bucket there for Holden gives him 7 points and his team a 9-point advantage. Heading into the locker rooms, 29-20, the Hornets trail Cascade Christian. We'll be right back with the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. We'll break down the first half as we've got it. We'll also tell you what's coming up the rest of the weekend here on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
It is halftime here at Sisters High School, the 2026 Sisters Shootout. My name is Josh Eldridge. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. 29-20, our score at halftime. The Cascade Christian Challengers lead the Henley Hornets. Let's break down the leading scorers as we've got them for you so far. Cascade Christian led by Jake Holden, the sophomore, with 7 points. He's helped out by 5 each from Hutton Walker and Brady Klecker. They've got 4 each from Hudson Gottsman and Derek Farmer, and 2 points from Andy Alvarez. Those are your scorers right now for the Cascade Christian Challengers. For Henley, they're led in scoring by Kai Taylor. He's got 6 points today. They've got 3 each from Carson Sims and Brody Fullerton, 2 points each from Corbin Hamilton, Reese Schmierbach, Thunder Kirk, and Rafa Pena. Those are your scorers right now for the Henley Hornets. 29-20. Hornets trail here at halftime. A couple of injuries that the Hornets are dealing with. You might have noticed some new faces in the starting lineup, namely a few freshmen like Kai Taylor, like Brody Fullerton and Rafa Pena as well. So a couple of freshmen getting the starting job today, notably missing from the starting lineup, although they have seen the floor, were Micah Ibarra and Carson Sims, both battling ankle injuries, and just looking to get them right before league play starts here pretty soon for Henley. Still a couple more days of basketball left here in Sisters before league play starts January 9th. Just a week away from Skyline Conference play. We're going to take a break here on the halftime show. When we come back, we'll talk about what's up next for Henley as the new year continues. In 2026, the Hornets looking to get back on track in the Skyline Conference. We'll talk about it coming up in just a bit as we continue the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Welcome back to the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. Harbor Isles exists to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to its members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles, where they feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. Our score here at halftime, the Henley Hornets have 20, the Cascade Christian Challengers have 29. Take a look at what's coming up the rest of the weekend here for Henley. After today's game, they're back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, taking on Sandium Christian. And then Saturday, a 1:30 date with Taft to wrap up the Sisters shootout. One more road game coming up on Tuesday. The Hornets will be on the road to Eagle Point for a 7 o'clock tip-off in Jackson County before they start league play on January 9th. It's a couple of home games to start league play. They'll play Klamath Union at home, then they'll play Mazama at home, and then on the 16th, their first road league date against Hidden Valley, and then we're off and running. One more non-league contest mixed in there on January 30th. Henley's hosting Madras, but otherwise it's just league play here on out for Henley after January 9th. Meantime, for the Cascade Christian Challengers, they're playing Madras tomorrow. They'll be playing at 5:15 against the White Buffaloes. That'll be here at Sisters, and then Junction City tomorrow, on Saturday at 10 a.m. They'll play the Tigers, who the Hornets played recently earlier on in the season as well. So we are now in the thick of it. Once you cross the new year, it kind of feels like high school basketball season's now in full swing. Like I said, just about a week away from the start of league play. The Hornets, who went 0-10 last year in the league, looking to straighten things out this year, grab a few wins in the conference. Just take a quick check of the Skyline Conference standings right now after the month of December. Hidden Valley, according to overall records right now, leads the pack. They're 6-5. Henley's in second place, 4-4. Everyone else with a losing record thus far. Klamath Union's 3-6. Mazama is 2-7. Phoenix, with a new head coach, is 1-8. And so that's how the Skyline Conference shapes up here, at least during the preseason. Of course, a lot of basketball left to be played. We're going to take one more break here on our halftime show, the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. When we come back, we'll be ready for third quarter action between the Henley Hornets and the Cascade Christian Challengers. And right now, Henley trails 29-20 on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Clown Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Clown Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Josh Eldridge back with you for Henley basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. Getting set for the third quarter of action tonight between the Hornets and the Challengers. 29-20 our score. Cascade Christian leads Henley. 5 on the floor for them. Coming out of the break, it's Holden, Farmer, Alvarez, Klecker, and Walker. For Henley, it's going to be Pena, Hamilton, Brunick, Fullerton, and Schmierbach. And it looks like we are ready to go. The Challengers will start with the basketball coming out of the break. And here is Hutton Walker. The freshman finished the first half with 5 points. Finds Derek Farmer here on the right side. Great pass to Holden in close, but Holden can't finish. Alvarez gets the miss. He goes back up strong and scores. Scored 31-20. Alvarez with his first couple of points tonight. His first points of this half. He's got 4 total. Pena bringing the ball up the floor here for Henley. Has it along the right side. Pena denying a handoff to Schmierbach. Instead finds Fullerton top of the key. Whips it to Hamilton near side. Hamilton takes a screen right. Give and go. Trying to find Brunick underneath. Unable to do so. Here's the Challengers into the front court. It's Hutton Walker guarded by Pena. Top of the key. Now to the hands of Jake Holden. Here's Farmer near side. Farmer trying to find somebody to get the pass off to, guarded by Hamilton here on the near side. Farmer now brings it out to the wing, throws the pass across the court to Walker, who drives inside, gets by Pena, kisses it off the glass for 2. And for Walker, he's now got 7 and a 13-point advantage for the Challengers. 1 minute gone in the third quarter. Pena finds Brunick, skips the pass to Hamilton here near side. Hamilton jab steps right, gets by his defender, dribbles to the elbow, fires up a mid-range shot that's no good. Walker pulls down the miss, rifles the pass ahead to Farmer. Farmer brings it along into the far corner, drives baseline, tough shot won't go. Fullerton brings down the miss. Now to the hands of Hamilton, far side of the floor for the Hornets. Corbin slows down the pace a little bit, bounces it to Pena there on the right corner. Pena trying to drive baseline, strong take, he's fouled. Pena earning a couple of free throws here. Boy, blink and you miss him. He just moves so fast. He has a shorter player as well, so he just gets so low and gets by his defenders. He's done that a couple of times. Works well on the point, and as a freshman with that kind of confidence, you like to see it. Now you just got to drain the free throws that you earned. Misses his first. Already in the game, he was 2 for 2 at the line. Those are all of his points thus far. This is his first time tonight in the starting lineup, joined by fellow freshman Brody Fullerton for the first time tonight. Pena misses both, but a whistle is going to give the Challengers the basketball. Lane violation, I think. And so Challengers inbound the basketball. Derek Farmer and Andy Alvarez bring it up together. Farmer throws it on the far side to Holden. Holden bounces it underneath to Alvarez. Good take by Alvarez and a score. 6'6". Can't let him get in that close. He's got 6 points tonight. And a timeout is called by Coach Brian Stock. The Hornets now trail by 15 in the blink of an eye to start the third quarter. Back after this on 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
To reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Hornets trailing the Cascade Christian Challengers 35-20 as we come out of the break. 5 on the floor for Henley, Fullerton, Pena, Brunick, Schmierbach, and Hamilton. Same 5 who started this game for the Hornets, down by 15. 5 on the floor out for the Challengers. It's Klecker, Walker, Alvarez, Holden, and Farmer. Looks like Henley's going to start with the basketball on the sideline away from us here, opposite the scorer's table. Reese Schmierbach walks the ball up the floor, guarded there by Klecker. The Challengers in his own defense. Pena tries to split the zone, gets to the elbow, fires up a jumper, won't be able to get it to go. Farmer pulls down the miss. Farmer, pass ahead, intercepted by Pena. Pena and the Hornets have numbers coming the other way. Pena stops 10 foot from the bucket, throws up a shot, fouled and one. Rafa Pena getting that lucky one to drop. And now earns a free throw for his effort. Great defensive play by Rafa to start that play. You have Derek Farmer running the ball down court, like I've said multiple times throughout the broadcast, a second-team All-State quarterback. He throws an overhand pass across the court that Pena takes away, comes in, gets fouled and one. And although he misses the free throw, Henley still trailing by 13. The Challengers now have it into the front court. It's Derek Farmer. Knifes the dribble between his legs, takes a screen going right, stops at the free throw line, gives it outside to Klecker, who drives in, unable to score, but Alvarez there for the putback up and in. Andy Alvarez with 6 second half points. His team now leads again by 15. Pena bounces the pass to Hamilton between the circles straight away. Hamilton finds Pena again, now near side. Pena trying to split the defense, gets rid of the pass to Hamilton. Hamilton feeds Fullerton underneath, in close, off the glass, and in for 2. 2 more there for Fullerton. He's got 5 tonight. And again, that play started by Pena, top of the key, with a wicked pass to Hamilton, who then was able to find Fullerton for an easy 2. On the other side, Hutton Walker takes command, brings it all the way in for a layup for a pair. 39-24 the score. The Challengers in the lead. Fullerton gets the pass underneath, feeds Brunick on the cut. Brunick high off the glass and in for 2. Hornets starting to find a little bit of rhythm here, as those are the first points of the game for Jeremiah Brunick. 13-point game, 4.5 to go in the third quarter, and this time Coach Morswant's time will take it with them. Again, 39-26, 4:29 to go in the third. Back with more on mybasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Five on the floor for Henley coming out of the break. Hamilton, Taylor, Fullerton, Schmierbach, and Ibarra. For the Challengers, it's Holden, Darland, Alvarez, Klecker, and Farmer. 39-26 the score. 4.5 to go in the third quarter. The Hornets trail the Cascade Christian Challengers here on the first day of the Sisters Shootout. Holden, guarded by Taylor. Beat Taylor to the near corner. They try to loft it underneath to Farmer. Farmer guarded by Schmierbach, going around the world. Pass comes near side to Darland, guarded by Ibarra. Pass over to Klecker on the left wing for a triple. Great passing by the Challengers leads to a Klecker 3. He's now got 8 points, and his team leads 42-26. Here's Schmierbach now straight away. Schmierbach looking for Ibarra, finds him top of the key. Ibarra trying to drive inside, stopped on the left wing. Now gives it up to Schmierbach. Schmierbach on the right side, touch pass over to Hamilton, catch and shoot 3 for Corbin, off the mark. Rebound picked up by Fullerton, back up for 2. Good work by Brody underneath. He's got 7 points, and the team still down 42-28, 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Farmer rolls the pass inside to Alvarez. Alvarez at the free throw line, throws it out to Klecker. This time a right wing 3 won't go. Rebound gathered underneath by Darland. Gives it outside to Holden, left extended arc. Holden guarded by Taylor, denies the screen right, then finds Klecker in the corner. Klecker tries to give it back to Holden, but it's taken away by Ibarra. Lofts the pass ahead to Kai Taylor, who lays it up and in for a couple. Taylor's got 8 points, 42-30. Hornets within 12. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Derek Farmer crosses the timeline for the challengers. Guarded by Hamilton. Pass goes into the near corner, then down underneath to Alvarez. Nearly picked away. Klecker finds it on the wing again for a triple again. Klecker now his third made triple. He's got 11 points for the ball game. On the other side, Hornets nearly turn it over. Brody Fullerton on the baseline. Great feed to Taylor. Can't finish. Alvarez with the rebound and then nearly loses it in transition. Here is Klecker. Bounces the pass ahead near side to Holden, who is fouled on the shot. Jake Holden will be shooting a couple here. Subs in for Henley. Brunick and Sims in for Hamilton and Fullerton. And also for the challengers, Hutton Walker into the game as well. No, pardon me, he's been out there. They took out Derek Farmer. Inbound pass quickly to Holden, catches it on the left block, and a fadeaway jumper for two. Pretty shot, makes it 47-30, 2.5 to go in the third. Here's Kai Taylor now on the right block for Henley. Taylor with a soft double team, gets rid of the pass to Sims. Sims nearly loses it, recollects here on the near side, feeds Ibarra in the corner for a catch and shoot three, that's good! Micah Ibarra draining the first triple of the first half here for the Hornets. 47-33, 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Challengers content with slowing down the pace. Only just now does Walker cross into the front court, guarded by Schmierbach, driving left. Pass goes into the hands of Darland. Darland now on the left elbow, kicks it out to Walker there in the far corner. Overhand pass near side to Holden. A catch and shoot three is left short. Holden chases down his own miss, gets rid of the pass to Walker. Great save. Walker feeds underneath. Turning away from the hoop is Hayes. He can't hit the shot. Good effort by the challengers. Better rebounding there by Henley. And a charge is going the other way. I think Brunick. Oh, they're going to say Sims is going to have committed the foul there in the open court away from the basketball. Apparently shoved off there. So we're going to see Pena and Montag check in. Sims and Schmierbach go to the bench. And it should be challengers' ball, their side of the floor, underneath the bucket. No, they're going to inbound from the sideline. They'll get it in the backcourt to Walker. And there he is. Hornets trying to man up on defense here. A double screen set by Walker. Now Taylor guards him beyond the arc. Walker then feeds it to Darland, head of the key. Darland inside to the right elbow, back outside to Walker. Skips the pass to Covey. Now back straight away into the hands of Darland. Darland gives it up to Walker, left side, guarded by Pena. Pena playing tough defense, 10 to shoot for the challengers. Walker driving in, takes a few steps to the cup. No travel called. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the challengers. Ibarra to inbound to Pena in the backcourt. Pena brings it up. A minute remains in the third. Henley trails by 14. Here's Jeremiah Brunick. Now to Montag the near side. Ibarra off a screen. Straightaway three. Yes! 6 points for Micah. 47-36. 48 seconds to go in the third. Pena guarding Walker. Head of the key. Walker fires the pass near side to Darland. Darland guarded by Montag. From the mid-range, bounces it to Wyatt Scott, new to the game for the challengers. Here's Walker driving left, finds Covey in the corner. Covey now straight away to Scott, drives right down Main Street. Scott throws up a wild shot, goes out of bounds, and it'll be Hornets basketball. Shot clock is off, 24 seconds to go. The Hornets could take the final shot and trim the lead back down to single digits. Right now they trail by 11. Pena walking the ball up the floor, 17 to shoot. Pena crosses the timeline now with 15. Pena trying to clear out some space for himself. Brunick was going to set a screen, but now Pena's calling for it with 10. Pena drives right by a defender. Right elbow floater off the glass. No. Rebound tipped up by Taylor. He can't get it to go. This time it's pulled down by Hayes. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. 47-36. Henley trails the Cascade Christian Challengers here at the Sisters Shootout. Back with more after this on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
47-36, the Hornets trail the Cascade Christian Challengers as we start the fourth quarter on the first day of the Sisters shootout. Rafa Pena has it on the right side. Pena gives it up to Schmierbach, still on the right side. Schmierbach trying to clear some space, guarded by Andy Alvarez. Pardon me, that was Klecker. Pass comes near side to Hamilton, guarded by Farmer. Hamilton gets rid of it to Fullerton, well beyond the arc. Fullerton has it now, top of the key, has his pocket picked by Brady Klecker. A scramble for the basketball is won by the Challengers. Walker has a disadvantage in transition, but a beautiful pass to Jake Holden. My goodness, what a beautiful feed. A skip pass bounced it to him for two. 49-36, don't often see that one. Rafa Pena trying to drive the right side. He's going to push off, trying to find some room for a triple. And so that'll be a foul called against the Hornets. It should be, I thought. Nope. I guess the foul is called against Cascade Christian. The Hornets will take that one, I suppose. 49-36, 7:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Schmierbach to inbound. Has it in the front court. Bounces it to Hamilton at the half-court stripe. Hamilton. Shovel pass to Schmierbach in the corner. Head fakes a three. Tries to find some room inside. Throws the pass to Brunick in the near corner. Brunick maneuvering his way in close. Has his shot blocked at the cup. There's a scramble for it underneath. Derek Farmer picks up the loose ball. Farmer now walking it into the front court for the Challengers. Has it along the far side. Knifes the dribble between his legs. Now brings it up top of the key. Farmer backs out well beyond the arc, standing on the half-court circle, throws the pass to Darland, and Darland backs out to a similar spot on the floor. Now to Alvarez on the left wing, close to the line. Pass comes near side to Darland, then he feeds Klecker over to Farmer there on the left side. Farmer tries to dump it underneath to Alvarez. Fullerton pokes it free. Brody Fullerton and the Hornets in the fast break. Bounce pass over to Schmierbach. Schmierbach driving in to Brunick here in the near corner. Pump fakes at the baseline, drives in, and Brunick scores two. Nice take there by Jeremiah. He's got 4 points, and the Hornets trail by 9. 49-38, 6:20 to go in the ball game. Derek Farmer with it on the left wing, picks up the dribble. He's going to find Holden in the corner for three. Front iron, no. The rebound picked up by Brunick. Now ahead to Pena. Pena pushing the pace for Henley. Pena right-handed dribble, gets to the left elbow, shoot for two, no. And this time the rebound picked up by Klecker. 6 minutes remain. Klecker slows things down for the Challengers. They want to maintain the lead and possession of the game clock. Make the Hornets have to beat that too. Great pass down low to Alvarez. The taller player makes it look easy. 10 points for him. Pena bringing the ball the other way for Henley. They trail 51-38. Here's Schmierbach here in the near corner. Jab step right, goes left, met at the cup by Farmer, and he's fouled on his way up. Actually charged the foul to Brady Klecker, who was trailing Schmierbach on that play. I think it was he who picked up the foul, and it was. And so Schmierbach will head to the line for two. Well, while Reese toes the line, we'll remind you tonight's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you in part by the Pacific Power Foundation, whose goal is to support the growth and vitality of local communities through charitable investments. Over the past 5 years, the Pacific Power Foundation has awarded over $13 million to local nonprofit organizations. Big thanks to them for also supporting us on our broadcasts of this season of Henley basketball. First free throw from Schmierbach was good. The second one also finds the bottom of the bucket. 11-point game, 51-40, 5:36 to go in the ball game. The Hornets trailing the Cascade Christian Challengers. Here's Alvarez, bounces it near side. Now it's Alvarez with it. It was Klecker who has it now, started with it. Pass goes into the corner to Hayes. Hayes guarded there by Taylor. Now Klecker left wing, guarded by Schmierbach. 19 to shoot. Here's Farmer on the left side, guarded by Ibarra. Farmer trying to drive inside, gets rid of it. Skip pass near side now to Alvarez. Alvarez throws it in the corner to Farmer for an uncontested three. Splash. 7 points for him. 54-40, 5 minutes remaining in the game. Micah Ibarra bringing the ball up. Pena has it now right wing. Loses his defender, driving inside. A right elbow jumper from Pena rattles home. That's a gutsy shot there from Rafa. He drains it. 6 points for him, and it brings Henley within 12 with 4:50 to go in the ball game. We will take our first time out here in the fourth quarter. Back with more on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
54-42, 4:50 to go in the fourth quarter. The Hornets trail the Cascade Christian Challengers on the first day of the Sisters Shootout. Not a typical bracket format at this event. You got your schedule set before you even get here, so there's necessarily no tournament stakes here in this game, but certainly bragging rights. A lot of history between the Hornets and the Cascade Christian Challengers. Play most sports against each other. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what was going on the floor exactly. We had a sub coming in, but at least almost once in every season, the Challengers and the Hornets play. It's usually a good matchup. Cascade, one of the top 3A schools in the state, so provide a good challenge for Henley's 4A teams. And here, obviously, they certainly are. Up by 12. Challengers start with the basketball. A drive on the interior. They're going to say that Holden traveled on the drive. He hit the deck, fell over, and there's your travel. Hornets get the ball back, a chance to trim the deficit to 10 or single digits on a made triple if they're able to. Time is starting to become a factor. It's not the only factor yet. Still 4.5 to go. Pena brings the ball up the floor. Right-handed dribble, gives it up to Hamilton. Spins to his right, hands it off to Ibarra. Ibarra takes a screen going left and then gets rid of the pass to Pena. Pena trying to drive right down Main Street. Skip pass to Hamilton down underneath. Hamilton couldn't control the pass but picks up the loose ball to Schmierbach. Down underneath to Taylor. Slick feed. No good. Taylor unable to hit the lay-in close. Good passing, though, for Henley. Can't be upset at that look. You'll take it every time. Here's Brady Klecker bringing the ball up the floor for the Challengers. Klecker throws it to Walker here in the near corner. Now head of the key to Holden. Pass goes around the horn, then lofted underneath to Hayes. Going to work on the left block. Pass goes outside, now to the hands of Holden straight away. Dumps it back underneath to Hayes. Then into the corner for a triple. Missed there by Klecker, but the Challengers get their own miss. Shot clock resets. A full 35 on there for him. Walker going to work, gets rid of the pass to Holden, trying to drive in against Taylor. Holden splits the defense, high off the glass and in. Nice take there by Jake Holden. That gives him now 13 points in the contest. 56-42, 3.5 to go in the fourth. Here's Rafa Pena on the right side, gives it up to Hamilton. Hamilton thought about a triple, puts it on the deck, drives in, tries to get a pass to Taylor underneath, poked away by the Challengers. I think that was Hutton Walker who got a hand on it, either he or Gavin Hayes. Here's Walker bringing the ball up the floor, guarded by Pena. Walker trying to find some room to the right side, gets rid of it to Klecker. Now over to the hands of Covey, new to the game for the Challengers. Here's Walker, top of the key. No look pass near side to Holden, guarded there by Ibarra on the right extended arc. 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. Holden driving in, takes a pretty shot, but it's too strong. Rebound picked up by Kai Taylor. Now it's Micah Ibarra bringing it up here for the Hornets. Ibarra has it left wing, splits the defense, driving in. He's blocked from behind. I think that was Holden who got a hand on it. Now the Challengers come the other way. Walker picks up the dribble, throws it to Klecker for a near corner three. Got it. Uncontested look at three for Klecker. He's not going to miss those. He hasn't yet. That's his fourth made triple of the game. 59-42, 2.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Rafa Pena drives inside hard, gets fouled. Quality play there by the youngster, and he'll earn a couple of free throws for his effort. Got some subs coming in for both teams. We'll just reset the five on the floor for you while Pena's here on the free throw line for both teams. For Henley, it'll be Corbin Hamilton, Kai Montag, Brody Fullerton, Rafa Pena, and Reese Schmierbach. For the Challengers, it's going to be Gavin Hayes along with Brady Klecker out there with Noah Darland, Jake Holden, and I believe Derek Farmer is the last one I've yet to mention. First free throw, by the way, from Pena was good. Second one was also good. 59-44, 2.5 to go. Henley trailing the challengers of Cascade Christian School. Here's Derek Farmer walking the ball up the floor for the challengers. Throws the pass over to Klecker on the left wing. Bounces it back to Hayes at the free throw line, then back out to Holden. Now here's Farmer in the near corner, guarded by Hamilton. Gives it back up to Holden, top of the key. Thought about a three, then thought better of it. Drives inside, kicks it to Farmer. Now into the hands of Klecker. Klecker gives it back to Holden. Drives the baseline, and Fullerton's going to foul him on the shot. And so that'll earn Jake Holden a couple of penalty stripe throws there. And so he is 1 for 3 at the free throw line so far in the game. He'll get 2 chances here. And he's got a total of 13 points yet on the contest. First free throw is up. It is good. Andy Alvarez checks in for Gavin Hayes. Second free throw on the way for Jake Holden. It is no good. The rebound battled for and won by Rafa Pena. He's going to get fouled going up the floor. And, oh, they're charging the foul to Henley? I think it must have been, maybe Pena stepped out. So no foul, Pena stepped out. That makes more sense. And so Farmer going to be inbounding here on the near side. Guarded by Hamilton. Inbound pass finds its way to Holden on the right block. Holden turns around right, gets trapped at the baseline. Pass finds its way around to Derek Farmer for a catch-and-shoot left wing three that rattles home. Derek Farmer, 2 made triples in this half and 10 points in the ball game. 63-44, Hornets trail. Pena tries to drive inside, being aggressive, but loses the dribble. Brody Fullerton picks it right back for the Hornets and then loses it himself. Hornets pressing on defense, making things hard for Cascade Christian, although they beat the press, and the pass goes inside to Andy Alvarez. He scores 2. 65-44, 1:15 to go. Schmierbach along the far side of the floor. Reese is going to try to hand it off to Hamilton and does. Hamilton steps into a triple, got it. First made 3 for Corbin tonight. He's got 5 points. 65-47, 1 minute remains. And we got timeout called. Want to get some subs in here for the Cascade Christian Challengers. And for us, it's our final timeout of regulation. 55 seconds to go. The Hornets trail 65-47. Back with the finale after this on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
(65-47) the score. The Hornets trailing the Cascade Christian Challengers. Noah Darland inbounds the pass to Mikey Covey. Darland gets it right back. Now it's into the hands of Klecker. Gives it back to Darland. He tries a near corner three. Rattles out. Rebound picked up by Corbin Hamilton. Now with 9 seconds separating the shot and game clock. The Hornets trailing 65-47. Hamilton gives it up to Pena. Top of the key. Pena dribbles into a three. The three got touched, I think, by Darland. Loose ball on the rebound, goes out of bounds. Challengers will take it with 30 seconds. I'm thinking that the Challengers are just going to hang on to it, but good defensive play there by Noah Darland, challenging Pena on the triple. Just got a fingertip on it, enough to change the trajectory and miss the shot. And so now the Challengers going to dribble out the clock. They'll wind up with a day one victory here at the Sisters Shootout. 65-47 will be the final score tonight. We'll tell you what this means moving forward for the rest of the season and the rest of this event as the fans start to realize some applause comes down. 7 seconds remaining, and we'll wait till the final buzzer. But 65-47 going to be the final score tonight. Back with post-game coverage after this on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Josh Eldridge back with you on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Our score tonight is final 65-47. The Cascade Christian Challengers defeat the Henley Hornets. The Challengers were led in scoring twofold by Brady Klecker and Jake Holden, each of them having 14 points. 12 for Andy Alvarez tonight, 10 for Derek Farmer, 9 for Hutton Walker, 4 for Hudson Gottsman, and 2 for Noah Darland, your leading scorers there for the Cascade Christian Challengers. For Henley, they were paced twofold by Kai Taylor and Rafa Pena, each of them with 8 points. They got 7 from Brody Fullerton, 6 from Micah Ibarra, 5 from Corbin Hamilton, 4 each from Reese Schmierbach and Jeremiah Brunick, and 3 from Carson Sims and 2 from Thunder Kirk. Those are your scorers tonight for the Henley Hornets. This win for Cascade Christian improves their season win total to 6-2. For Henley, they fall to 4-5. Action continues for both of these schools tomorrow at the Sisters Shootout for the Cascade Christian Challengers. They'll be playing the 5:15 game again over at the elementary school as they take on Madras tomorrow. For Henley, back at 7 o'clock tomorrow night as they take on Sandium Christian in the nightcap here at Sisters High School. It'll be a split bill doubleheader tomorrow, as also the Henley girls will be playing Chehalis from Washington. That game is at 3:30 on Friday. We'll be broadcasting live from Sisters Elementary School. So a double feature tomorrow at 3:30. And at 7 o'clock for Henley girls, then boys basketball. And then Saturday, the action concludes here at Sisters. The boys will play first at 1:30 against Taft. The girls will play the final game of the tournament against Crook County. That'll be Saturday, and that concludes our coverage here at the Sisters Shootout. Thank you so much for joining us today, though, as we celebrate a new year of Henley Hornets basketball. Unfortunately, the Hornets coming up short their first time out in 2026, but they've got a second crack at it tomorrow. 65-47, the final score against the Cascade Christian Challengers. Want to thank everybody involved with making today's broadcast possible. Both head coaches for getting with us before the game, Coach Brian Morse of the Cascade Christian Challengers, and of course, Coach Brian Stock of the Henley Hornets. Also want to give a shout to everybody who's been working here at Sisters, at the Sisters tournament. And of course, their athletic director for giving us a place to be inside the gym. I want to give a big shout out to the athletic director here, Matt, as well. Again, final score this evening, 65-47. Hornets back tomorrow at 7, trying to grab their first win of 2026. But until then, I thank you again for joining us tonight from Sisters High School. My name is Josh Eldridge, wishing you a Happy New Year once more. So long and good night from Sisters, Oregon.